Hey, Kevin, check out the new project. So, we've got the fuel cell in. We are plumbed in, ready to go. I just finished up this intake, which I think you just saw the video to. And it looks pretty good on the car, pretty excited about it. So we've got half the air here going to the radiator. The other half is going straight into the intake boot, which is going actually through the intake and filtered air. So it's not even just blowing on a cone filter. It is actual ram air. So I was running into an issue with intake air temp getting high on me at high speeds. So hopefully this will bring my IAT back down again. The only thing I have left to do right now is wire in the switch for the fuel pump for the auxiliary tank. Still kind of trying to plan that out, how I'm gonna do it. I have a switch in here, just need to figure out where I'm gonna put it. They don't make this car very easy to drill holes and get behind the dash, so I'm trying to figure out a good place for it. I have my fuel gauge for the auxiliary tank wired in, and it's working good. Thanks. Yeah, the ram air was awesome. So Jackson, or I guess I came up with that, and then had Jackson scan in the old grill, which was broken anyway. So we scanned it in, and then over here using our handy dandy scanner, and then we're gonna run that in. The next thing I'm doing is the goal is to try to get as good of fuel mileage as possible while attaining the highest speeds. So I'm going to take off these roof rails, and then I have some canards that we've printed that's going to help deflect the air outside the wheel wells. I have some other pieces, some mirror caps that'll make the mirrors more angular. So really, I'm going to try to reduce as much drag as possible, but at the same time channel as much air into the intake as possible as well. So, but all in all, it turned out pretty good. Strong as heck. I think it's stronger than factory. You can see, let me turn maybe I can get a light here. There you go. So this, it literally is just pushing air straight into the factory air box, which I pulled the carbon filter off. So it goes directly through the element and into the intake. So I think this is going to be a hit. I've seen a bunch of these online that people are, some of the saw the number. Oh yeah, we sold that car a while back. That's awesome. Yeah, I've seen a couple other intake ductings, where they put them up high, but you're really not channeling just straight air. So hopefully this will, like I say, we're gonna try to bring our IATs, intake air temps, down as low as possible. I'll get the canards mounted up here. We'll try to deflect the air off of the wheel. I also have some canards that I'm printing right now that's gonna run this entire length here, try to push that air off the wheel as much as possible. Again, trying to reduce drag, bring our fuel economy up at those higher speeds. The only thing I'm running into right now is transmission temps. Got to get those transmission temps down at about, speeds over 100. Those transmission temps start to creep. So, but I've got everything plumbed in here. This seems to work. I've just put power to the pump to pump into the factory gas tank. I don't have the switch done yet, so I'll work on that right now. I'll ground the pump somewhere, and then we'll just run a relay with a switch. I'll be able to flip this on, and then we'll be able to see our fuel. Here we'll be able to watch how much is in the auxiliary tank coming in, and then how much is here. So basically what we'll do is just pull fuel from the auxiliary, fill the stock tank. I've got the CB radio mounted, scanners mounted with all the channels. I've got the GPS module for the scanner is over here, and then the antenna's on the window. GPS unit, antenna for the scanner. We've got radar powered into the powered mirror. So again, this should work fairly well. A couple of power banks back here. I was able to put the seat back in again So at least if we need to use the passenger seat, we can. Trying to decide where to mount a switch. That's kind of my next thing. I think it's probably going to go down low down here somewhere, and that'll run the auxiliary tank and pump this fuel in. So right now this is a 20-gallon tank with the stock 18 gallons in the car. I'm hoping to get between 800 and 900 miles to a fill-up. So that should be plenty for between bathroom breaks. I have a little space down here for tools and some random things. We've done a few other things. If you notice, this is a Saab in the back, Volkswagen, BMW. So that'll hopefully create some confusion. So I have another set of wheels for it over here, a little bit more lightweight wheel that will run on the car. We'll get those swapped out. And then I'll work on, again, the canards for the sides, and then we'll work on bringing those temps down. So if this works, if this is effective and brings my intake air temps down, I may make another grill for this side. We'll try to push more air onto the radiator, maybe try to do a Venturi effect or something like that, and just really try to get that air forced onto the radiator for some cooling. So we'll see how that all works out. But yeah, so coming along nicely. I'm happy with it. It runs good. We've got the exhaust delete. I just downloaded some tunes that we're playing with right now. So opened up the exhaust a little bit. We opened up the air filter a little bit. So again, we're really trying to just make this as efficient as possible. Now that I can monitor air-fuel ratio, once we get this thing on the road, we can actually get it tuned. And then the whole goal will be as fuel efficient as possible at higher speeds. So we'll try to lean it out as much as we can and bring those, try to maximize fuel economy to the best of our ability. And then, while still trying to maintain those higher speeds. But I'm waiting for, the only thing we have left is the radiation detection equipment. So we're working in collaboration with Safecast in Japan and UC Berkeley to collect some data for radiation detection. So we will, as soon as we get that equipment in, we'll get all that mounted and installed. That'll be the next bit of tech that goes in this car. And then we should be on our way. So kind of what we have going on here. So if anyone's got any questions, like I say, if you just got on here, we did a full 3D printed ram air intake scoop, try to bring our intake air temps down as much as possible. Haven't got to test it yet, but we'll do that tonight. We'll get that all tested out. I just got to put a switch in for the transfer pump for the fuel tank. That's the next order of business, is getting the pump wired up so we can run the auxiliary fuel tank here. So this is a 20-gallon tank. The stock tank is 18. Do I offer a Gearshift Garage front windshield vinyl? That's a great idea, and I totally should. So how about by next week, I will see if I can get a front windshield vinyl. But I have a pile of stickers, and Kevin, if you swing by, I will give you some stickers. How's that sound? Yeah, the run's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to attempt it. I wanna do a few. I think we're gonna try to do North Carolina just as a test, just as a shakedown, see how the car does, Montana to North Carolina. And then in April, we're gonna do Canada to Mexico for another shakedown, and then we'll do New York to LA at some point. Yeah, swing by, Alex. Swing by and get a tour of the shop, Alex, and grab some stickers. I got a pile of them. You guys are all welcome to them. Let's try to get these Gearshift Garage stickers on everything. Thanks, Alex. Heck yeah. So we've got our fuel gauge, CB, cop scanner, power banks, radar, GPS unit. We've got our spare fuel cell, and then if you just got on here, Alex, we've got just 3D printed a ram air scoop to bring our intake air temps down a little bit. So excited to try that out and see what happens there. So that's exciting. I'm just gearing up, just getting ready to print the canards that are gonna go here to try to reduce drag on the car. You know, anytime you've got air coming into the wheel well, you've got drag. So we're gonna try to kick that air out and reduce that drag both in the front and rear wheel well. I have just put in a new alternator, finished that up yesterday. So we're hoping to do full suspension. We've done muffler delete so far. Getting ready to do some tunes. When are you hoping to do the run? I don't know, man. We're just kind of winging it. Like I said, I've got North Carolina coming up in December, and then in April we're going to New Mexico, and then I don't know when I feel like the car is ready. So this car I actually got for free, and they had estimated, a local shop had estimated like $8,000 in repair work that needed done. And as it turned out, it was just the front passenger side CV axle was broken. So I swapped that out. The alternator was a little weak. I swapped that out. Ended up breaking the fuel pump, realized that the fuel pump was also bad. So got that swapped out. The car runs great. Had a couple check engine lights, got all that, or a check engine light for a couple different reasons, got all that turned off. So right now, really, car's just about ready to go. I'd like to get a different tune on here and really try to maximize, staying busy for sure, maximize fuel economy the best we can. I think I'm gonna remove these roof rails. I still have all this radiation detection equipment and Geiger counter stuff that needs to go on for SafeCast and then UC Berkeley. And then we'll make the run. So I'm not sure, early next year, I think, at some point. You know, what's interesting is this just came up is that no one's really made the run in the wintertime. And I guess for good reasons, right? But it would be interesting. I wonder if the roads would be any better or less busy to make a wintertime attempt. That being said, maybe a Canada run could be really fun. Maybe I don't know. There's so many things we can do with this car now, and it's here, and I'm gonna just drive it daily, and then as things come up, it'll make a great road trip car. I mean, we'll never need to stop for fuel with the 20 extra gallon fuel cell. I think that's probably gonna keep this thing, long time between stops, and there's still room back here to put luggage, so that should work out pretty good. But yeah, so anyway, want to show you the car. Here, I'll show you the Cybertruck, show you guys the Cybertruck we finished up while you're on here. This turned out really good. So this is kintsugi. Let me go turn the lights on. This is kintsugi. In Japanese culture, when something breaks, a piece of pottery or something, instead of throwing it away, it's tradition to fix it with gold and make it better. So adds character. So we ended up wrapping the Cybertruck in kintsugi, and I think it turned out really good. These guys really wanted to show the capabilities of the printer and the wrapping and everything like that. So this thing's pretty cool. It definitely has an interesting, unique look about it. The printer that we print on is just amazing. First time to beat for winter for sure. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look and see when all the runs are made. I don't know how many people have ran during the winter. So this thing's pretty cool. And we have this Porsche in here. This thing is amazing. Very low mileage. Okay, so this is a crazy story. So, Alex, when we went to Alaska, we brought a guy with us who's a nuclear physicist. And UC Berkeley is doing a huge study on the amount of radiation that the roads put out. And so we actually detected and checked for radiation on the drive all the way to Glacier View, Alaska. Well, we got there, and I'm talking to this guy, Jake, and nerding out on all his equipment and everything. Well, then we're trying to figure out, man, what's a good cover for this car? Like, what's going to be a cool story to go with it? And so I called Jake and I said, hey, man, what if we put some of that radiation detection equipment in this car? And so he introduced me to someone at UC Berkeley, and they overqualifying me. And they said, well, unfortunately, we can't give you any of the equipment that we have. But if you contact this guy, Rob, with SafeCast and get the new prototype that's coming out, the big Geigy Zen, that would be sufficient for the equipment we need for the study we're doing. So I contact Rob via email. He gets back to me, and he's out of Japan. And so here's what's crazy. SafeCast was designed after Fukushima. So Fukushima happens, the government lies to its people about how much radiation's in the air. So these guys, Rob, another guy named Asby, created the SafeCast map. And the SafeCast map essentially is the largest civilian person-run science experiment on the planet, where you could buy radiation detection equipment, and it is a non-government ran map of how much radiation's in the air. Well, yeah, Rob gets back to me. I get the stuff coming, so we're gonna put it in the car, and it's gonna give me a double excuse, A, to go drive and contribute to this, and then UC Berkeley is using the data from that map for some stuff they're doing. So, yeah, so pretty cool. It looks like the flux capacitor, so it's definitely gonna be some cool equipment that's gonna go in here, and I'm trying to decide where to put it. I'm thinking it might look cool if we mount it to the firewall here, or maybe we put it back here with the fuel cell and mount it to the firewall, and it'll look like the flux capacitor running back here. It's pretty awesome. So it uses what's called a pancake sensor, and it literally just detects for radiation. So the thought is to put radiation detection unit on the doors, keep it super subtle, maybe some matte black striping on the car or something. Again, radiation detection unit, some stripes, and again, it'll give us a reason to make this run. And if we get pulled over, it'll give us another reason to tell them, hey, we are detecting for radiation, leave us alone, and see what happens. So that's the story with that. What's even crazier is Rob saw my address and says, hey, you're in Montana. Do you happen to know where Missoula is? And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, we've missed one of our scientists, or one of our computer programmers or something has went missing. Do you think you can go find him? So that was the Facebook post I made the other day, is looking for this Nick guy that was like the creator of the map. Sure enough, we found him. His cousin reached out to me, and all is well. So I was hoping it'd be a little more mysterious and a better story, but a little anticlimactic. But yeah, super cool. Yeah, Ghostbusters tribute wagon. I know. I'm thinking it would look really cool, like I said, if we did some really subtle, like matte black striping, if it said radiation detection unit along the side, SafeCast on the hood maybe, and then, you know, I've already blacked out the rear windows. And then, we just go as radiation survey, radiation detection or something like that, you know? So that's kind of the plan. But anyway, that's what we got going on. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna hop off of here and finish up this wiring. So have a great evening, and we'll see you later.